Hey, Fiancé Freaks, I'm Sam.
I'm Emily, and this is 90 Day Fiancé Freaks. Rebecca is able to list multiple types of sex this week, Sammy. Makeup sex, morning sex, vacation sex, castle sex. Which types of sex did she miss?
So many. The list is endless. Shower sex was recently on our minds. What else? Car sex, clearly.
Oh my gosh, a classic one. Camping sex, tent sex.
Right, outdoor sex of all kinds.
There we go. There we go. Beach sex, wilderness sex.
Sandy, soily, yeah, all the above.
There's so many different types, but Ziad couldn't think of a single type.
I think he came up with castle sex, didn't he? I think that was
did
his...
he?
Yeah.
I think he caught on
Right.
to what they were talking about, but at the beginning of that conversation, he didn't know what that meant, what they meant. What are you talking about?
Right. Sex is sex, which is also true.
Right, exactly. No matter where you are. But that actually reminds me of something that the therapist said that was extremely insightful when they were having their one-on-one therapy at the very end of the episode. And he said that language barrier and cultural barrier are huge in Rebecca and Ziad's relationship. So maybe the fact that he didn't know what they were even talking about when they were listing different types of sex is one example of that.
I think that might be more of a Ziad issue, though, than a cultural issue, because I'm sure there are many people from his culture, Sarper perhaps being one of them, who could list many, many types of sex.
Yes, I definitely hear what you're saying. I don't think that was cultural, but I wonder if it was language.
Yeah, Rebecca wasn't very nice about his language skills. She said something about, I know his English isn't good, but I try to account for that. His English is not that bad, and he's been here a while.
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at here is actually how surprised I was to hear the therapist point that out as a major stumbling block in their relationship. I didn't realize that language barrier was such a big issue in their relationship. But if the therapist is pointing that out, it must be pretty important, like a pretty big stumbling block for them even still.
That's hilarious to me because as soon as the therapist said that, I was like, ugh, what an easy line. Like, that's the first thing a therapist would say about an international couple. Like, I didn't think that. I just thought that's the first thing anybody would say is, oh, it's language and culture. Easy. You know, it's just reductive a little bit.
So you think it's a cop-out?
I just think it's an easy answer. And it's not an easy answer because those are really complex subjects and there's so much to what you're saying, of course, language barrier. But I also think that's a generalization. And even if you don't speak English or Derja, which is the Tunisian language, you speak each other. They've been married for 7 years. You can't tell me that you don't have a little clue what the other one's saying.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I love that. You speak each other. Absolutely. I definitely hear what you're saying. I think that what I saw in that situation is that, yes, you speak each other and you've been together for that long, that I also think that at that point, you might begin to expect each other to understand things that maybe you don't. Because that language barrier is still there. No matter what, if you don't speak the same native language.
You're onto something there.
So I absolutely see your point, though. You speak each other's language. I mean, yeah, by this point, you know each other so well. But I also think that by this point in the relationship, you could brush off the language barrier more than you maybe should be.
And the cultural one, too, to that therapist's very easy, broad point. But that's true. And you forget that, this person was not formed with the same things that I was. Like, this person literally formatively did not have the same experience as I did in such a vast way. So I agree with you there. But turns out Zied is changing. So even if they did speak each other, the man's changed.
Yes. Yes.
And this is another little gem of wisdom that Rebecca drops on us are the top 3 things that tell you if a man is cheating or anyone.
Yes, absolutely. She says the 3 most major signs that someone is cheating is number 1, if they start going to the gym, number 2, if they change the way they dress, and number 3, if they suddenly become more private about their phone.
Jeez, that
Right, this list, what do you think of this list?
I think it is so accurate and that is so sad. Like, get healthy, look good, enjoy your privacy. Red flag, red flag, red flag.
Right, and I'm over here trying so hard to poke holes in her list. When she listed that, I'm thinking, oh, come on, girl, come on. But you're so right. The more I thought about it, the more I was like, yeah. But do you know what it is, I think?
What?
It's the combination.
Exactly, yes.
Just going to the gym like Thais, you know what? That might not signify. Just changing the way you dress, but still never working out. So it's the combination.
I think it's the phone thing. I mean, if someone starts going to the gym and dressing well, of course, if they're going to the gym and looking better, they're going to buy clothes that fit them and they're going to look great. So those can go hand in hand. But then you start being shady about your phone and the privacy thing. And I think, again, also, you just know. The hairs on the back of your head stand up, you know?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, yes. I definitely place a lot of value on intuition and having a certain feeling about something. I do. And at the same time, you can be paranoid. You can be wrong. So are you saying that you do think Zied is cheating? Is that what you're saying?
Emily, the woman is not paranoid. The man drove 400 miles away in the middle of the night and slept in his car in a hotel parking lot, he's saying?
So you don't believe him?
Lies.
I'm so glad that you have an opinion on this because I tried to form one. I just couldn't really connect the dots enough to really know. I felt so much like, yeah, I guess he could have slept in his car. I mean, is that really that weird? But now hearing you say it, yes, it is.
Yeah, it is weird. I don't think it's weird that he wanted to get away from her, but I don't think that the distance to which he got away from her was appropriate. And I think that was indicative.
Right.
He said, I just started driving and I didn't see where I was ending up. Yeah, but you saw how long it had been. I just think he had a destination in mind. I don't know.
And so that's why I was on the fence about it or just not quite sure what type of opinion to form on it because to me it kind of did make sense to drive aimlessly without a direction, without a thought. That was his explanation. He said he just got in the car and he drove without thinking. I can relate to that.
Okay, but that's because you're a mom. And mothers often want to get in our cars and drive away without thinking.
Just fucking anywhere. Take me 400 miles away from anywhere.
In silence.
Touche.
But, okay, isn't there a science rule that says the simplest explanation is often the most accurate?
Yes, it's Occam's razor.
Okay, so why are you reading more into this? The man drove away in the middle of the night. He's at a hotel. Like A plus B, C. It's simple.
Yeah, and I mean all the other signs point to it for sure. The way that she said that he does let her look at his phone, but he opens the app first, or I didn't quite process exactly what it was, but he opens whatever it is first, shows her, basically hangs over her shoulder the entire time and then snatches it right back out of her. Like she's not having free reign in his phone.
Yeah, and that wouldn't make you feel comfortable. It's just, again, it's all these little pieces. Individually, okay, we can talk ourselves out of it, but...
Right. But the signs do point that way.
What do you think about Rebecca promising that she's going to set a 15-minute timer every time they get in a fight and not talk to him until it rings?
Honestly, I absolutely loved that. I
Okay.
thought that was really an amazing step in the right direction for them. I have a partner who needs time to process.
So
He
do
needs
I.
time, he needs space. And it took me a really long time to process that myself. He's just slower in general in all areas. He's slow, Sammy.
He's
um,
measured, Emily. There's a
yeah,
difference.
there we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. No, seriously. And it took me a fucking long time to get used to that, and it wasn't easy. And what I'll say is getting used to it and changing some things about myself and the way that I interact with him and honestly with the world has not only been for the betterment of our relationship, but it's actually made me better as a person. I'm not as rushed. I'm not as focused on go, 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 the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. I'm able to live more present, more in the moment.
Absolutely.
So I loved when Rebecca said that. I thought it was a sign of her growing and being willing to change a little bit for him.
I agree with you. And speaking of speaking each other's languages and knowing the other person, listen, 6 or 7 years in, I did not realize that my partner needed that time and space. And I was just up his ass. Like, what's wrong? Let's fix this. What right now? Why are we wasting time? Huh. It's hard to do it of your own volition. It might take that heavy,
Yeah.
very strict boundary of I will literally set a physical timer to restrict
Yes. Yes.
myself.
And, I think that that's like, it's like a scaffolding for Rebecca
Oh.
to help get her to a place where she can give him the time and space he needs naturally.
Oh, of
So she's
course.
built the timer as a scaffolding, and eventually it will be more second nature.
Yeah, no, I hope she doesn't have to keep setting timers for the rest of their relationship. I do think it is a stepping stone. That's a really good point. And yeah, I thought it was a good idea too.
Oh, did you notice how Ziad said he liked the conversation with that therapist?
No.
He said that at the very end of their session. He looked at the therapist. He said, I liked this conversation with you. We were wrong. Ziad is not responding the same way Florian did, which
Okay.
honestly I love. I love that.
I am happy to be wrong about that.
Exactly.
We thought that he would reject it and say this is bullshit, and he still might.
He still might. It could happen, but what I'll say is I don't know that Florian ever complimented a
Right.
single one of those therapists in season 2. Like he was slouched in his chair, not making eye contact, just totally checked out. Ziad was really engaged in this therapy session. So that's another reason why I don't think he's cheating
Okay.
because he's way more engaged than a partner who was cheating, who was hiding something would be.
And didn't he say something too around that guy fire or whatever it was?
Oh, the
That
guy fire, the menism. We'll get to that.
okay. the he said at that point something about if she thinks I'm cheating on her, why is she staying with me? And that made me think
Yeah.
again, if Ziad is driving 400 miles away to cheat on her, then yeah, why is he even still married to her? Just fucking leave, right?
Right.
His paperwork's probably all in
Right.
order by now.
Right. He's been here a while. Right.
So maybe you're right. I don't know. Back on the fence we go. Damn it.
Okay, so I think we can get to the guy fire now because I wanted to talk to you about the dynamic between Zied and Sarper and how Rebecca reacts to that.
Talk to me about it. Talk to me all about it.
Just that Rebecca is so bothered by Sarper. She's letting him get way under her skin.
Would you like me to tell you why?
Yeah, I would.
No, I mean, do you? Is it clear why? Because it's, to me, very clear why. Sarper is her worst nightmare that Zied would become.
Whoa, I didn't think of that. You're so right.
Because Sarper is such an exaggeration of that culture, of that male stereotype, and the dating and the womanizing. And I think she sees that Zied could become that, or there is a path to that of sorts, and she's afraid of that. And so I think Sarper's just her worst nightmare for a husband.
I think that's spot on. And I hadn't seen it exactly through that lens. Like, yeah, Sarper's fucking ridiculous and so unbelievable. Like, I cannot imagine, A, just being around him and having a conversation with him, B, being in therapy, trying to discuss your deepest issues in a group therapy sessions, and Sarper's face is right there talking about manism and alpha males and there's a thing called feminism. What's the opposite of that? Like, oh my God. Like, I would lose my shit. So I was just viewing it from that perspective, but I love your insights. My thoughts on it were more like, I don't know, like, I just wish Rebecca wouldn't let him get under her skin.
I wish she wouldn't either, but you know, that's hilarious because I didn't think about it from that perspective of you're sitting there trying to heal your marriage. I don't care who you are or what kind of dynamic you have with your husband. And fucking Sarper's there talking about a gluten-free bakery. And you're like, dude, what the fuck? Oh, that's so funny. I don't think I could heal with Sarper in the room.
And I hate to say this too, not only Sarper, but the two of them together, Sarper and Shekinah, because no matter how toxic their relationship is, you can see why they were together, why they worked for a while, because Shekinah's right there backing up his manist ideas. So, like, the two of them, I mean, so I don't blame Rebecca for reacting and really, like, in its episode 2, like, this dynamic, I cannot wait. But at the same time, I just feel like, girl, like, it's not worth your time. You've watched the shows, right? We know Sarper. Like, we know Sarper.
That's exactly right, because she's just playing into his hand at this point.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
And you know who else is playing right into his hand that we predicted wrong was Zied.
Yeah.
Because
in this episode.
That's the true bromance.
It is in this episode. It was Sumit last episode. It's Zied this episode.
Oh, wait.
I don't think it'll ever be Patrick.
Oh, no, I don't.
I just think Sarper's going to make his rounds.
Oh,
around the men. Just like he made his rounds around. Was it 20? How many? 500?
2,500. Yes, you are correct.
That's what I thought. 2,500.
It was. Who knows what it is now? But
oh God.
See, there we go. He with women is a little bit of a
player,
and same with his bromances. He's making his rounds.
I think so. I think we're gonna see it.
But is he starting a cult?
Sarper?
Yes.
What's his cult?
The man cult.
Oh.
Just around the fire, and he's like egging them all on and hyping them all up. And Patrick is just, again, is not all about it. You're absolutely right. I don't think Patrick is going to be wooed.
Well, so what I noticed about all these dynamics, again, the intercouple dynamics, is that Patrick is standing right by Thais's side on the whole Shekinah Thais drama. In their interviews, just all throughout this episode, Patrick is backing Thais up. And in doing so, I don't think he's gonna get in a bromance with Sarper because Sarper and Shekinah are together. I think that's how far Patrick is willing to back Thais up. And I'm not seeing that from Zied. Zied is not backing Rebecca up.
Which is all Rebecca wants. And she said
that's all she
over
wants.
and over. She said, because Sarper comes and apologizes to Zied for what he said to Rebecca. And Rebecca's like, that's so fucking offensive that he'll apologize to you. Zied does not see the problem.
Zied's like, yeah, of course he apologized to me. I'm the man.
I'm the husband.
I'm the man.
All apologies go through the husband. But all the women noticed that Zied did not leave with Rebecca.
It's the not leaving with your woman situation that we've spoken about multiple times. He didn't leave. The instant he did not leave, the man explaining fire, I thought of you.
Oh, thank you.
I was like, get after her. Sammy's going to hate that.
Right? Sam says, get after her. Well, all the women, they're like, you're not going to go with her? And he's like, I'll go in a little bit. And they're like, no, really, you're not going to go with her.
Like right fucking now.
Like, hint, motherfucker. Like, get
Right.
your ass in gear.
Right. Well, Rebecca had some good one-liners. Another one she had was, sometimes the trash takes itself out.
Ooh, that was stinging.
Right.
That was, yeah. I mean, she's not wrong. But she said that about Zied's friendship with Sarper. So she was saying that Zied was trash?
I think so, yeah.
Sumit did follow Jenny out last week, though, and we were proud of him for that.
That was awesome. I'm so glad he did that.
But this week he's like in and out of hot water. When she gets back from the glam, he said, I almost didn't recognize you because you look so beautiful.
Right. And it was not in the most complimentary way that it could have been. And then when they're standing outside of the fancy dinner, he says he was expecting more.
He was expecting more from her. He's like, this is how she always looks in India.
The group tore him a new one for that, including the therapist.
Rightfully so.
Come on, Sumit.
I mean, it made me wonder what he was expecting. I cannot see Jenny in like a mermaid sequin dress. I can't see her in like a bodycon.
Was he expecting her to be wearing the same type of dress that Thais was wearing?
That's what I'm saying. There's only so many options. He said she looks comfortable as long as she's comfortable, which is fine, but it seemed like a half-assed attempt to dig himself out of the hole.
You're in that hole. You're not getting out.
Get comfy.
Okay, but he invested $50,000 without telling Jenny?
That's giving Andre and Elizabeth.
Yeah, it is. When they went back to
Moldova.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. And then they went to the shithole that he had invested in. And it was just like, there was like shit. They couldn't even walk in there.
It was rubble. It was rubble inside.
It was rubble. Yeah, it was
but
rubble.
Sumit says that he didn't lose that $50,000.
That's true. He said he didn't lose any money. The way that he worded that obviously made me wonder, well, you didn't make any money, did ya?
So where is the money and whose money was it?
At least he didn't lose any, but I don't think he made any either.
Yeah, didn't sound like it.
But the therapist called him out on that too, because the therapist was like, interesting that you can choose when to be honest and when to not be honest. I mean, some people just don't necessarily realize and they're just not honest all the time, but the therapist seemed to be calling Sumit out for just choosing when to be honest and when to be dishonest.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Jenny is still upset about them living with the parents, the same old story. She's upset about his drinking, not listening, not respecting.
You know what she's not upset about, Emily? Dead cow.
There's I was going to say their sex life.
Jenny is so here for dead cow.
She said it sounds nice. She said, I think dead cow sounds nice.
You just lay there and don't have to do any work, which, Jenny, you're not wrong, my friend. I don't disagree. We got another demonstration of dead cow from Kara, which I did love, and she translated it into English as starfishing. So that was a real cultural lesson for all of us.
It was so interesting, too, how Jenny and Shekinah opened up about each of their divorces when Jenny, Shekinah, and Pao all went to the salon together.
Yeah, we did get a little insight into Jenny's marriage.
She said her divorce was easy, that everything went fine. She got everything that she felt was owed to her in that situation.
Well, because he left. So there was no...
Right.
He just up and left and she got everything. So that's good. But Shekinah didn't even know that she said, I didn't even know that I could advocate for myself basically in those ways. And that made me kind of sad.
I know. Her divorce situation sounded totally different. Like she definitely had a really rough time. Did you notice Pao's reaction to both of them talking about their divorces?
Yeah, her wheels are turning.
Right. She doesn't want to be a divorced woman, I don't think.
Oh, you think? Okay.
That's what I took from it. It seemed to me like both of their stories were cautionary tales, and she didn't want to be in that position herself.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and we have always seen Jenny's anger issues throughout their entire story, haven't we? Do you think that Jenny actually tried to punch Sumit in public?
Yes, I do. I absolutely do. And I don't think it was playful. She says it
Yeah.
was. I think it's kind of problematic. I'm sorry to call it out, but
Yeah.
I'm not.
You're right, because I am kind of wanting to laugh it off because it's like, come on, like that's not, but you're right, like it could be a serious thing. So they are interesting to watch in therapy because we know they're still together. We
Right.
said that
Right.
from the very beginning before this season even started, but that doesn't make it any less interesting to watch them in therapy because they still have a lot of fucked up relationship issues.
And it's the same stuff that it's always been, so I'm not sure if they fixed any of it or they're just going about their
Right.
business as they always have. So I wanted to watch and see.
Yes, definitely. Okay, Sammy, you and I have talked a lot about crying and the types of crying 90 Day Fiancé characters do. We've questioned the authenticity of people crying. It came up this episode. Patrick and Thais were questioning the authenticity of Shekinah's crying. I have to say, I was questioning the authenticity of Kara's crying.
I knew you would. I
Is
knew you
Kara a
would.
fake crier?
Listen, just because she's a pretty crier doesn't mean it's fake, okay? She is a cute crier, and we can't help ourselves if we're cute criers. All right? All right?
She is such a cute crier, and it makes it look fake.
She dabs her perfectly manicured nails to her perfectly made up, perfect, symmetrical, beautiful face. Yeah, I questioned it too, and then I stopped questioning it. Okay? Stop it.
Every time her eyes well
Well up.
they well up with tears. I'm like, this cannot be real. This cannot
Stop it.
be real.
I thought the same thing, and that makes me mad because it's real. Because what Guillermo said to her made me cry.
Yeah. So there were a couple of times earlier in the episode that she cried and I was questioning it. And then that time came around and I thought, maybe I questioned a little bit less because Kara straight up said it. That's one of the worst things you can ever say to a mother.
Oh, one of the worst things you could. It's literally the opposite of everything you work for as a mother. But wait, before we get into that, I will say it's kind of funny that in that moment, it wasn't such a pretty cry face.
Oh.
That one was.
Okay, so let's just spell it out. Guillermo said he's not proud of her as a mother, which I don't know. Can you believe the therapist asked that question in front of the group?
Yeah, because the answer is yes. It's the easiest question you can ask. Like, it's a rhetorical question, sir.
So she's trying to ask answers that are getting easy yeses. She's trying to lift the couples up in front of the group before they go into this dinner, and it's like totally backfiring.
It's backfiring so badly.
Oh my God, you're so right. Because that is one of the only questions, like in a therapy setting, in any setting whatsoever. Lie, Guillermo.
Lie through your teeth, man.
Lie through your teeth.
And listen, I love me some G. You know that. I love Guillermo, and I was so mad at
Yeah.
him for this. And I can't say that he doesn't have a right to his feelings on the matter, but you don't say them out loud.
Right, exactly. You don't say it out loud. But you're so right, though, that cry looked a little bit different than the other cries.
I mean, so, okay, can we say that she might lean into her tears a little bit sometimes? Maybe.
And she might have done some level of thought and planning and preparation about crying on television.
Okay, I'm not going to go that far.
Which
I'm just
is
going to
fine,
say...
which is fine. Who fucking cares? Like, good for you. Look pretty while you cry. I'm happy for her.
Remember that one guy in Love is Blind that brought the eye drops and put them in and thought that producers would cut it out for him, and they fucking did it? And we're just
my God. Why would you think the producers on this kind of show would cut that out? That is the most pure gold as a producer of Love is Blind, 90 Day, Married at First Sight, like any of these.
They were drooling. They were literally drooling. And so, yeah, I don't think she plans her tears, but I think when she feels them coming, she's like, here we go. Here we go. Let's look cute. Let's bring them out. And I don't blame her. I love to see it.
Yeah. But they, oh my gosh, wow. Their segment was way intense. Did you know Kara was on OnlyFans?
Yeah, I knew Kara was on OnlyFans.
I never knew that. Okay, so I never knew that.
So don't insult me. Of course I knew she was on OnlyFans.
I didn't know.
Yeah, she advertises it on her social media.
That's where I saw it. So I actually saw her advertising it on her social media.
Yeah.
Recently. And then, of course, this episode.
So Guillermo's not okay with it. She promised she would never do nudes. And then I loved her delivery, Emily. Every second of it. She said, Guillermo left. We're separated. I need to make single mom money now. My tits came out.
That delivery was mic drop. Absolutely.
Get those tits out, girl. Pay for your kids.
I thought a lot about this after I saw that she was on OnlyFans.
Okay. Tell me your thoughts.
Because I didn't know. Like, I truly didn't know. It's not that I wouldn't expect Kara, but maybe on some level it is that. And saying it out loud, I hate myself for that. Because then I really did. I thought about it and I thought, yeah, girl, make the fucking money.
Yes. Why wouldn't you think she would be on there?
I don't really know. That's what I'm saying.
That's interesting because it totally tracked to me just because she's got a hot bod. She loves to flaunt it. We love her to flaunt it. She's a performer, right?
Good point.
I think she has a very strong ability to compartmentalize. Like, I think when she's doing her bachata, she is bachata Kara, and she is sexy, and she is as Latina as her white ass will let her be. And, you know, when she...
For sure.
I think she can see that as a business move, and a good one at that.
And, you know, maybe I was seeing the other compartmentalization, the other piece of her more than that side that you're describing. I was seeing her more as a mom, as
wholesome
the girl
Kara.
next, like, yeah, she's cute, she's pretty, she's sexy and sassy, but she's more like the mom, the girl next door, like the hot mom, the MILF.
Realtor Kara, wholesome Kara. Yeah.
There we go. But you're so right. She's always had this other side. And yeah, I just felt like, yeah, good for you. Use that sexy ass body to make some money.
I will say, though, I think it might be polite to make that decision with your partner.
Yeah, so of course that's the one piece of it, is that Guillermo's not okay with it, and it's understandable to not be okay with it. I mean, this reminds me a little bit of Patia and Dylan from The Other Way. Just they're both in the adult entertainment industry, and they still struggled with issues of trust and control of each other's career and transparency, even both of them being in that industry. So you're so right. I think it's understandable for Guillermo to not be okay with it.
And I don't think he saw it coming. I think when they got together, he saw what you're describing of Kara, like vacation Kara and fun, speaks Spanish and likes to party, but puppy love Kara, right? And then she matured into mom Kara and postpartum Kara and, you know, all these other things. And now she's on OnlyFans with her tits out, and he did not see it coming, and he's not here for it. So.
And you know what? Now that I said that it's understandable, I also feel like I can see the other side of that too, because this real similar situation also happened with Russ and Pau.
Right.
Because Pau wanted to be a lot more revealing with her body and her modeling and her career than Russ wanted her to be. But Russ didn't fucking leave her over it. He stayed by her side, and she never cheated. I don't think Kara ever actually cheated, but Russ, and see, this is where we could segue into the alpha beta conversation and Pau saying Russ isn't really an alpha. But to me, the way that Russ stood by Pau through her wanting to do those things in her career, that makes him more of a man.
Yeah.
Than leaving her and not supporting her.
Yeah, he could face his own masculinity and say,
yes,
you know, I'm masculine enough to be comfortable with this. Because that was a tits out situation too. She wanted to model topless in Florida. Yeah.
Exactly. And she did it.
He followed her there.
They're still together. Sure, they're having issues, but they're still together. Pau never cheated on him. Just like Kara never cheated on Guillermo. But the difference is Guillermo didn't stand by her in her career.
Okay. So you think that Kara did not cheat?
I don't think she cheated.
Okay.
Do you?
I really truly don't know.
Yeah.
I think alcohol is a wild thing, and you might not even know what you did when you were
Yeah.
having a little drink you drank. I don't know. I want to believe that she didn't. But he's also mad that she had sex before he did once they were separated. Well, competition.
Yeah. I didn't read competition into that as much as just the fresh, raw emotions.
Oh, okay.
Like her having had sex with someone new. I don't know the exact timeline, but maybe much closer to the onset of their separation, and Guillermo maybe waited longer.
Yeah, no, that would hurt. That would definitely hurt for sure.
Right.
Kara does not want to give details about that, though. She says, why should we give details? Details are not important. Guillermo says, we're here. Let's get everything out in the open. Is this kind of a pick your flavor situation? I feel like some people need to know every single thing, and some people do not want to know a single thing. Which one are you, Emily? Because I want to know. I want to know. I'm a Guillermo.
You would want to know every single detail.
And then some.
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like it's so nuanced because they're not together. That's another thing that's so obvious at the beginning of the episode during their group therapy. They both say individually that they love each other, or they have love for each other.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not in love with each other. They're not together. They're never going to be together again. I don't think.
Oh, stop it. Don't say
I
that to
think
me.
that if they didn't have a son, they would never fucking speak to each other.
What? Oh, wow.
That's the only reason they're entangled at all, is that they have a son who they both fiercely love and they want so badly to be good parents to. That's what I think.
Oh, man. They seem like good friends, though. I want them to be friends, if not lovers. No, I just want them to be lovers, okay? That's it.
So I'm just saying that it's so situational. Like in their weird ass situation, I don't know. Like as far as like if I'm with somebody and we're committed and we're in a relationship, yes, I want to know every detail.
Okay.
But if it's someone who I was with and we were in love, but then we fell out of love, but now we have to be respectful co-parents, maybe it would be no, don't tell me every detail.
Okay. But what if you're in therapy with that person?
Why are they in therapy?
Well, they want
together?
to work it out. They want to work it out.
No, I don't think so.
What did you think of the dynamic between Pat and Thais this episode? Because Thais literally in the interview leans over giggling and said, see, we're still a good match.
Their dynamic was so good.
I'm confused. What's happening?
They seemed like they were in such a good place. They were laughing, they were joking, they were having fun, they weren't mad, they weren't arguing.
They're playing croquet.
Has this whole divorce, domestic violence charges, like, has that just been an act?
I guess. I mean, we're only episode 2, so maybe it just this whole season spirals. But if we're judging by this episode, they
Yeah.
look really cute. And she's saying we're still a good match together. So
Right, exactly. Their dynamic was so good. But of course, Patrick still thinks that Thais is prioritizing herself too much.
And I know we want her to prioritize herself. I just can't fault the man for suggesting a little balance.
But what does he want, Sammy? To have sex 3 times a day?
Yeah, that's not balance.
What kind of balance are you talking about, Sammy? Tell me. I'm curious.
He says he doesn't know where she is sometimes. She's in Brazil
Yeah.
with his kid and not answering him.
Yeah.
Is that putting yourself first, or is that just blowing off someone who cares? It's just very unclear still. We need a lot more light shed on this. I'm just saying he's not completely wrong. You can't prioritize yourself to the point that there's no one else in the picture. I mean, you can, but not if you want to stay married.
Yeah, totally. And he has mentioned that multiple times about her going back to Brazil and just kind of disappearing.
And why isn't he going with her? Can't they go together?
Right.
Not all the time. I get she needs space and it's her family, but there's more to unpack there that we're not privy to yet, I think.
I can't fucking wait. According to Sarper, Sammy, men are toasters and women are smartphones.
Sometimes I agree with Sarper. I'm just saying.
And this is why we want to hate him. We want to. We do on many levels. But then my heart just softens and I'm like, man, you're just something, aren't you, Sarper? Yeah, he's right. My favorite part was when he acted out the toaster. In, out, in, out. That literal Sarper, really?
Are you surprised? That literal Sarper.
No, not at all.
He's super glad Shekinah is not at his cult bonfire for the men only. He literally says, because she doesn't feel well after all that therapy, right?
Right. She's exhausted, drained.
Stays in bed. And I do
Yeah.
think that Shekinah is struggling with all this. I don't think she's playing it up, playing the whatever card. I really think she did not feel well after that. I think this is all really getting to her.
Yes, I agree. I tend to think her tears are authentic. For example, when they're standing outside of the dinner and the therapist wants them to talk about being dressed up and how that makes them feel. And Shekinah just says, it makes me feel like I want to cry. It makes me feel like we don't belong here. That seemed like a really accurate description of the situation between her and Sarper in that moment.
It's because he was wearing the same outfit he wore on their first date.
Was that literal? Did she literally mean that?
I think she did. That's how I took it.
Wow.
Did she not? Because that is cruel and unusual punishment. That is so mean.
Like he's just fucking with her?
I don't know. Is he trying to be sentimental? Is there a sentimental Sarper?
I mean, I definitely think there is a sentimental side to Sarper because when the therapist asked the question, what is the most meaningful compliment that you've given or received from your partner? Sarper said, or maybe it was Shekinah who said that he saw her inner child.
Shekinah said that. She said he once told me that he saw my inner child and she's beautiful. And then he comes back and said basically that she acts childish and he saw that right away. It just wasn't the compliment he meant it to be, or that she took it as, I thought. And Emily, do these men know what a compliment is? Because the therapists are asking them to turn to their partner and give him the biggest compliment. And they're literally saying things that are not compliments. Sarper says, I love you to Shekinah. Sir, that is not a compliment.
That's not a fucking compliment. Right.
And then G says, the person that I met was the best. Oh, so you're just literally insulting her in this compliment.
More and more, Guillermo comes off as kind of conniving.
I'm upset about it because I just really want to like him.
Oh, I still like him.
Oh, okay. We can still like him. Good. Okay.
Well, so here's another one of his one-liners that we can ask ourselves. Was he serious or was it part of his comedy act? Shekinah is my punishment in life.
My immediate unfiltered thought was marriage. Yeah.
The old ball and chain. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone knows that, Sarper. Come on.
Age-old. And he does like flash his ring. Oh, he tells the bartender, he says,
The bartender.
do as I say and not as I do, and pretty much and flashes his wedding ring at him. Oh my God. Sarper. Emily, how do you feel about men in turtlenecks?
I knew this was going to come up. I knew it. The turtleneck look on a man is not my favorite.
It's not mine either. It takes a very particular man to pull off a turtleneck.
And even if they do pull it off, I'm not interested. I don't know. But what does this say about Pau saying that she's the alpha in the relationship and she wants to dress Russ in a turtleneck, no less?
The amount of times Pau says alpha in this episode, we should have counted them.
She talks about it a lot. She says she is an alpha, but then she also says she doesn't want to be an alpha.
And she wants an alpha. So
Right. And this is also why this language is so problematic, because it's fluid in a relationship. If one person takes on that role at one point, fine. And then dynamics change, situations change, income,
Precisely.
those roles might switch. And there's so many different categories of your relationship as well, financially, parenting, in the bedroom.
Yeah. Hormones. Pal's going through perimenopause, clearly.
Yeah.
She talks about it. And that's the thing. I don't think we realize. I honestly don't think the whole lifetime part sets in about marriage, especially if you get married young or, blissfully in love. The whole lifetime is a long fucking time. So
Right.
dynamics gonna change, right?
You can't expect to fit into rigidly defined roles, and using words like I'm the alpha and I'm not the alpha. I need the alpha male, or I don't need that. It's so restrictive. It doesn't allow for the change in the growth that happens naturally in relationships, like you said, over a lifetime.
Yeah, you're always going to be changing into someone else. And again, hormones are changing and life stages are changing and your sleep patterns are changing.
So I think it's problematic. Do you, using that alpha, beta language in general, speaking about relationships?
Of course it's problematic. It's problematic and it's absolutely obsolete. There is no need for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that's necessary to interact and coexist. But I wonder again how cultural it is, because you and I say that from a very American perspective. These are Latino women that we're talking about in this case, right? Pal and Thais. A question that I had though when I was watching this is it always about money? Can the partner who makes less money be the alpha?
Oh, that's a really good question.
It feels like it always comes back to that. I make the money, I buy the things. So I'm trying to think of examples where, okay, I may not make as much money as you, but I'm still, maybe like Andre and Elizabeth for a while.
Because they kind of use that language for sure. Like Andre totally wants to be that alpha. He wants to fill that role and she wants him to, but she was making the money for a while. So it was a problem for both of them.
So yeah, I'm just wondering if is that what people mean by alpha is just making the money? Can we?
Oh my gosh, no. It's definitely more than that, because in Shekinah and Sarper's relationship, they almost never have talked about it in terms of money. With them, it always has so much more to do with control and respect.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think Shekinah does make more, or at least when he was here in the States before the blossoming comedy career, she made more. But like, can a stay-at-home dad be the alpha to like a Marissa, right? Like a high-powered corporate woman. It just, anyway, that's something that came to my mind. And I honestly don't know the answer, so.
That's a good question. And you're right. Like for you and I and many relationships, I think it's totally obsolete and just, it's ironic and ridiculous to talk about the alpha. But I think that for a lot of couples, it is still very real.
Well, and speaking of that rigidity and not having that fluidity and flexibility within your marriage for the whole lifetime, maybe that's comforting for some people or useful to their marriage to have these very rigid structures in place that never change. And that predictability creates sustainability.
That is such an insightful thing to say too, and to work on broadening our perspective a little bit and not being so ethnocentric.
Ooh, love that word.
Because it's true. It might be obsolete to us, but we're from one culture. There's so many more cultures and relationships that work in so many different environments and dynamics.
And something we always say is as long as everybody's on board,
right?
Who cares what the relationship dynamic is, right? It's your relationship, so it can look whatever way you want. So as long as everybody, as long as Russ and Power are on the same page, but they're not.
As soon as relationships step outside the boundaries of cultural norms, I think that that language could be problematic. So that language still exists in these intercultural relationships, but it's problematic because there are Americans there and just the influences from different cultures. Even if the American wants that or says they want that, there's a lot more influences there than if you have a more straightforward couple from the same culture. That's what they were raised in. That's what they believe. They both are on board.
Exactly. It goes back to that kind of formative aspect of what were you taught was the way to go from the get-go.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Russ and Guillermo crossed major lines with the mothers of their children this episode. Guillermo saying he wasn't proud of Kara as a mom, that which we already talked about. Russ tells their son, Mommy is breaking up the family.
Absolutely not. Never. Never. I have a zero tolerance motherfucking policy for this.
What the actual fuck?
What the actual fuck? You never do that. You shelter,
No.
shelter, 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 shelter.
In a lot of ways, what Russ said is worse than what Guillermo said because it's to the child.
Right. That's what I'm saying. As long as Guillermo keeps that shit to himself and global television. But you don't say it to your kid. You make your kid
Yeah.
think that mom or dad is the best person ever.
Yeah.
And then behind closed doors or via text, you fight. Okay? Okay.
Or on the Last Resort national television show.
You're on, yes, in a castle in England.
Or at Thornbury Castle.
Yes. But that's going to be hard to come back from. Saying shit like that.
I mean, yes and no. They're still at it. Like, the way that Pau said it, like, she almost said it in passing.
Yeah.
But she didn't say it in a therapy. Like, this isn't new information to Pau. Pau
Right.
knows. Like, Russ has said this. Pau knows. She's processing it. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of signs that Pau's committed to making it work with Russ.
Okay. I'll receive that.
Well, Sammy, I'm looking forward to hearing all of the male cast members' celebrity crushes next
Ooh.
week.
Me too.
Zied's crush is Britney Spears.
Everybody that age had a crush on Britney Spears.
Not surprising, but still hilarious. Sumit's celebrity crush is some unnamed 40-year-old woman. This was when he was young.
Exactly. So he's always had a thing for older women.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that whole scene.
Yeah, it's going to be a very sexy episode, right? They have sex therapy, I think.
I think so, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, Sammy, couple quick questions this week. I'll ask you about Rebecca and Zied.
Sweet.
Are they still in love?
That is a hard one for me to answer. I truly cannot tell.
Wow, I'm kind of shocked by that.
Really? What?
Yeah, I think they are.
Really? Well, okay, because Zied did say, and I thought this was an interesting thing to have said, he said, I'm not happy in my relationship, but I love her.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that tells us that he isn't. But I thought that was interesting because it does point out that, again, lifelong relationship here, marriage, you cannot be happy with the person and still love them.
Yes.
And hopefully that's where everyone is at this castle. That's why they're here, is because they are not happy, but there is still that love there. So, and I do think Rebecca still loves Zied.
Yeah, I do too. Do they have chemistry?
Rebecca does not have chemistry with Zied's wardrobe. She keeps shitting all over his look. And I'm like,
She's really nitpicking.
yeah, I'm like, woman, let the man live. If he thinks he looks good, she's just embarrassed by it. She doesn't like the open chest. She doesn't like
Yeah.
how he looks. And to some extent, you just gotta let your partner dress how they want to dress. That's... But I get that you want to encourage them to look their best. Anyways, she does not like his dress. I do think they still have chemistry, though.
Aw, I'm glad. Was Zied just in it for the visa?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't either. He's still there. He's still trying. He might have driven 400 miles away, but he could have stayed away. Like we said, he came back. Yeah, I don't think so.
And he did go live in Tunisia for a while in 90 Day Diaries.
That's right.
So, you know, it's not like he's America or nothing else. Yeah.
Who wears the pants?
Rebecca.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Do you think that's problematic?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And that's why I think she's so triggered by Sarper, because Zied would like to wear the pants that Sarper wears.
Maybe not as much as Sarper. I hope.
Maybe not as busy of pants as Sarper's.
We always end up down this road. Maybe not both legs. Bigger pants. Tighter? Looser pants? How do we change the degree of the pants that are worn?
I'm just talking about the degree of women in the pants at any given time.
Did you think they would end up here?
Oh, yeah. They've had problems. Yeah, it's always something with them.
Yeah, it always has been.
My 90-day takeaway is just quick Google of what a compliment really is, gentlemen. Just quick Google, quick little search. How to formulate a compliment. So it seems to be lost on a lot of these guys.
In CME, my 90-day takeaway is right along that same wavelength. The reason men can't give compliments is because they're toasters. They can't look it up without the women who are smartphones. But this is according to Sarper, so there's that.
Pure wisdom.
That's it, Fiancé Freaks. If you liked this episode, be sure to match our freak by subscribing, leaving a review, and following 90-Day Fiancé Freaks on social media for more.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.